There we go. Hi. I'm really close today. That's not the point. The point is, I have spent all week doing Terraform. I've been so good in doing work and doing Terraform. And I'm tired. I'm tired of doing Terraform. So, my option was write docs in DBT or work on Go. And I need to work on this server so that I can add metrics and endpoints and have it all ready to go for my Raspberry Pi stream next week. My Raspberry Pi power bank comes, not power bank, it's not power bank, the power cable is supposed to come on Monday. And so I have a Raspberry Pi stream scheduled for Wednesday. And it will have a guest. It will not just be me, so that way I'm not twiddling my thumbs and completely lost. It should be so fun. Get all the things done all the fast ways. So, yeah. All the fast ways. So should we get started? As a question. The question is, should we get started? If the stream elements does not pop up the HelloFresh thing, I'm going to remove it. Because it's been about a month. So keep an eye on chat, and if you don't see HelloFresh within an hour, let me know, and I will delete that little tag. Because I strive to have a very clean appearing stream. Okay, so first thing, I need to clean this PR up and merge it. And then we can work on the middleware. I could work on them in parallel, but that always gets me in trouble. I don't have any logic for that, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have any logic for this, so let's just add a to-do. Okay, those are fine. The query indents are weird, but they're fine. That's fine. I clean that up. I'm trying to not use the number 500 anymore. I am for this still though, so I'm on the fence if I wanted to remove those. Okay, I think it's fine. I just need to push that to do and see if my tests are failing or if it's... Oh, it's because I didn't finish it. I don't think I have that DB function, so... Oh, you like my comments? Thank you. They're all generated by ChatGPT. You can go build math. Okay. Oh, I want to remove game. There we go. It should build now. I don't want to push something that doesn't build. Yay. And my test pass. Okay. Now I can check out a new branch and figure out how to do some middlewares. Get pull should be that. It just, I don't know, get pull seems to work better. Even though it should like literally be the same thing. Diet Coke's a good choice. Thank you. The only thing I have in my fridge right now is Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper. So, those, well, and I have one limoncello LaCroix. Limoncello LaCroix. But Diet Coke seemed to be the better choice. It's that or, creatine water. Gotta get that buff beach bod. I don't go to the beach, so buff beach bod. Look, it literally says that twice. Oh, I literally have health twice. Oops. Just duplicating my server routes. No big deal. Not a big deal at all. So I was gonna look at what she does for this use middleware function. It said to use recover, like it recommended that, but I have no clue what this real IP is. And I mean, I have a pretty good idea what request ID is. What the heck is E? Static check failed. Yeah, well, of course static check failed. I don't expect everything to just work off the bat. Oh, look at that's not what I want. Don't you have like a fancy web page with docs or something? Look right there. That. There's a DocGen sub repo. I didn't know about that. Yeah, but like examples. Oh, Eduardo, thanks for that sub. What HTTP router am I using? I'm using Qi. And their router, just the basic. I'm not using a Mac, so I'm using this one. So Eduardo Tavares, it's a resub. Thank you. With your Prime sub. Glad to see you back and keep subbing. It's not an admin router either. It's just a regular router. Oh, look at all this stuff you can do. Whoa. Thank you for following, Chris and Chris. How are you doing today? How is it? How'd you find my stream today? Were you just Googling Go and Go came up? Oh yeah, I was looking at JWT auth. I don't know, like extra middleware packages. Host route. Like, here's the thing. Beyond rest. Yeah. Oh, look, they are still popping up that HelloFresh stuff, so that means I can still keep the thing up there. I don't get any money if nobody, like, actually gets HelloFresh, so whatever. Or Logger. I think I want to use Logger. Oh, I am using Logger. Well then... Oh, you like... Oh! Newman. I've gotten... So, you should look at my thing. I've been looking at a bunch of them. And we had a thread on it in Forge Slack. Qi and Echo were definitely on there. And then the other one that was very highly recommended was Fast HTTP. No, Fiber. Fiber uses Fast HTTP. So Fiber was the other one that like everybody loved. So I'm using Qi just because that's what I felt like doing. But if you want to check out Fiber and tell me what you think about it, I trust your opinion. I already got Todd's. Chris and Chris, well, I'm glad you're learning Go. There's not very many Go streamers anymore. There seems to be a lot of front-end stuff on Twitch right now, and of course game dev. So I'm trying to figure out a little bit about this middleware, and then let me just right here I just like to just document things. So I have two goals. Well, I don't know what middleware is supposed to do, but this is what I think middleware is supposed to do. So what I need is obviously I think the logging and I want to be able to tell I don't know what I really want. I would really like logging, which I already have. User authorization, which I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I do want that. The other thing... you're welcome, Numino. I'm happy to help. In any way I can. I did know Nathan Button said don't use Jin, because it has weird context stuff and it implements its own context. So I'm glad I chose Chi and not Jin. User authorization. I wanted to do metric logging, which I don't know if that's actually, like... Every time I get on this computer, it says, here, do you want to update your software right now? And I'm like, no, I'm streaming. And, like, honestly, there's a lot of metrics you can track. The only thing I really care about is status codes. And, like, that's essentially what I want as far as middleware. I'm sure there's more things it can do. No, I didn't want to right quit. I wanted to write all. That's essentially what I want. What does real IP do? Real IP is a middleware that sets the Yeah, I'm not going to use that then. I'm not going to place Nginx or Chi in front of it. Recoverer. What about this one? Request ID is a middleware that injects a request ID into the context of each request. Oh yeah, I do want that. Middleware. Ported from Goji's middleware. What? Oh. You can port it from Goji middleware. That's fine. We've used Goji before. Okay. And Recoverer is one they definitely recommended, so... So if we go to middleware, since they clearly don't have any docs... Basic auth. Basic auth implements a simple middleware for handling basic HTTP auth to a route. Oh. But what kind of auth do I want? Creds user. I feel like this needs... Oh, it needs a creds map and string and a realm string. I don't want that though. I don't want anything that says basic realm. That's weird. What is compress? That compresses the responsive body. Okay. Heartbeat. Heartbeat endpoint middleware useful for setting up a path like ping. That load balancers and uptime test. Oh. Profiler. Profile is a convenient subrouter used for mounting pprof. Oh, we can do that. Mount and debug profilers. Okay. And it uses XP bars. Nice. I want this then. This is literally what I do at work, so it's very much in line with what I think I want. And it said to do that after the router and before the after the middleware and before the routes. So somewhere here. And this will add all of these. Replicates the xpvars.go as not public. Replicated from xpvar.go as it's not public. Xpvar has some stuff. Request size, request ID, recover, or terminal. What? Oh, okay, that's fine. Timeout middleware? This is definitely something to think about. I don't think I need it yet. Ooh, that's also a really good thing to have. Because So this is a with value is a middleware that uses the key value set in the context chain. It doesn't say how you would use it. Obviously somebody just added it. Well, not like recently, it's 3 years old, but I don't know if they have an example of with values. Limits, logging, rest, route, or walk. Custom handler. Custom method. File server. Graceful signaling for shutdown. Interesting. This is the articles one that is everywhere else. Good to know. I think I'm gonna pull that up somewhere else. I wish they had docs though. Cause yeah, the examples are nice. Oh, see, and I can add my own custom middleware. Okay. So I'll keep that open. And then let's check to make sure. Make sure we set everything up correctly. Got an email from work. I just wanna. It's weekly on Monday? That's disgusting. Can't have a weekly meeting on a Monday. I had literally no meetings on Mondays until just now. Isn't that so exciting? Gonna love Monday meetings. Cool. Okay, I'm probably not going to do the auth just yet, but we should start with, we have the logging, we have the recoverer. Recovered from panics, logs the panic and a backtrace and returns 500 if possible. Right, this is essentially just to protect myself from being stupid. I like how everything's taken from Goji middleware. Everything in the Chi documentation's like taken from Goji middleware. That's cool. Okay, these are all fine. That's fine. Then the other thing I wanted to add was, so I wanted to add this profiler. Why is the static check failing? So profiler is a subrouter for mounting pprof. So this will add and mount pprof for me, I assume. Pprof index, no. XP vars, no. It doesn't actually, it's not actually starting pprof. It just has pprof vars. So it looks like, looks like I have to add my own pprof to this. I don't think so. So I'm expecting to have to set up the pprof server. Just because I don't see it set up anywhere. But there's a really easy way to check. We'll just we can just run it and then try and access pprof. Connection refused. Oh. Duh. Okay. I need to run my database. And I am literally just using basic Postgres running locally, so it's fine. Oh, syntax error? What do you not? You don't like my create table? Oh, it looks like I didn't actually test that my database management stuff was gonna work. What? Yeah, no wonder it had a syntax error. Is this ended is the last thing I expected, I thought. Relation games does not exist. What do you mean relation games does not exist? Oh, it's right here. It's because Mariah put it at the end. Has to go above. There we go. Why can't that be implemented? somebody didn't test their database stuff, and this is why I'm going to be adding integration tests for my database. So I can no longer do stupid stuff. It didn't like what one? Let's stick the questions ID and here. I'm fine. That was referencing the game ID, right? No, that references the question ID. Well, questions references game ID, so that's fine. Okay, and now the other thing is this guesses. Guesses cares about game as well, so I don't need to have it be circular. Games player F key cannot be implemented. Games player F key. So player, oh yeah, look at that, 5. References user ID, that's correct. Looks like, do I need to just... Yeah, I don't think, so... Oh, this isn't not null. Game can create. That's fine. Answer is also not null. I was thinking this is not null, but I think we can have players that are not the host. I don't know. I'm just... I don't know what to do, so... My thought is... So the database was broken when I pushed my changes up, so I didn't actually... And my foreign keys are not working. Which is fine. I don't think creating it here is actually appropriate. So let's create it without the foreign key. Okay, so it does work without the foreign key. Okay. And then we'll just run that again. So it works without the foreign keys. So now what I need to do is I need to create the foreign key in a different way. And then once I have this foreign key stuff situated, we can go back to trying to figure out how we want to do authentication. I don't know it doesn't need to be anything super crazy. Like, honestly, I was just thinking, I know I wanted the user ID to be injected into the header. So I'm wondering if we want to just, if we need to have an auth endpoint with a bearer token, or an auth endpoint, like when you create, essentially my thought is, when we create the user, we can just give it like a token that's reusable, unless I kick you. And then you have to, like, something stupid. I don't think I need to have anything too complicated for this. Obviously, when I do the course, I'll need to explain it. But I think for this, for the illustration purposes of this, like, we can literally even do a username password base64 encoded. I think that's fine. And then just validate that that user exists, and if the user doesn't exist, say that you have to create the user. Like, that's essentially it. Well, not basically that it's that it's not authorized, and if the only way to authorize it is to add the user. Like, normally you would do like a real schema, but I just want to illustrate how to use the middleware as for authentication. I don't necessarily want to implement real authentication. So, cool. But I do want to implement primary keys. Yikes. Not primary keys, foreign keys. Postgres, foreign. It said you could do a foreign key on an array. But I think the problem's gotta be the type. It's gotta be a typing issue. Do I have the wrong type? Questions? No, it's 256. Guesses? I mean 255. 255, 255, and players 255. Oh, look at that. I don't know if that was actually done, but we should probably, foreign keys are automatically indexed to Postgres, so we're fine. Yeah, I think no, it's not possible. Dang it. Then we'll just have to have a validation. We'll just have to validate it, and we can just use the auth to validate it. That's fine. Okay. So back here. Now that we've got it running, we're going to check that our pprof stuff works. What? Is this supposed to be a server? Yeah, it's supposed to, like, serve on port 3000. Why is it closing? didn't do anything. It's still the same. Oh, R. Oh, game router. Oh, F. I bet that needs to be a pointer. It is a router. I mean, it is a pointer. Oh, and state's a pointer. That. Okay, that's good. As Gmux. It does implement HTTP handler. Only works when it's a pointer, but why is it not serving? Because listen and serve has its own go routine. It doesn't need to be running a separate go routine. Sorry, Max. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So the only thing I did was I moved it from... Oh, look at that. Now you can't see my face. That means I need to slide over. Did my dog move? Okay. My dog moved. Okay. So... The only thing I did was I moved the server stuff from the main to not main. And I mean by the server stuff, I mean the actual new state function where I set this up. So now, oh. It shouldn't matter because it's a pointer. But this is being really dumb. A state doesn't need to be a pointer. Why is state a pointer? This is gonna break the API stuff. Oh, I see why I had that up there. No, that shouldn't make sense because it's a pointer, so it's always going back to the original reference. I just don't know why I was using a pointer at all for state. That was stupid. None of these are referencing a pointer. I'm glad that it's printing it, but it's not running it. What if I did this? It's not undefined. It's probably just called setup. New state. Why is it Xing out of the server? If I put this all in main, does it work the way I expect it to? So now none of these are gonna work. So let's just get rid of all these. Hey, buddy. We're not calling the database because I got rid of all those functions, so we should be fine. Oh, now you don't have a database? I know you don't have a database, but you're also not being called. Oh. You're also not being called. Why is it not serving? Why is it exiting? Is that what happens when I added my middleware? Okay, let's undo that. That's the only other thing I changed. Okay. And then the other thing I need to check out is the server setup, sorry. Why isn't that? Well, it still has the 2 health functions. But why isn't it serving? Maybe I should just make sure I'm not crazy. I know I'm a little bit crazy, but I shouldn't be that crazy. No, not this one. This exercise is build a server exercise forest test. I don't have a main function. In that last PR I merged, I didn't notice that I deleted the main function and that my stuff doesn't work anymore. Yikes. Oh, I just overrode it. See, so for my stuff, I'm doing a router.serve, which is how you do tests. But for their stuff, right, if we go to their examples of just a hello world one, you just do it on listen and serve. I'll end. It's just this one. Just get rid of the S. Missing a comma. I see. It's also a function. Okay, so this one works right. Notice how it stays serving. So I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's supposed to say serving. Which means I'm getting an error. I am not crazy, and port should have a colon on it. That was it. The colon on the colon. So now, if I did curl localhost. Cool, because I never created them. And I see that on the logs. Perfect. Now the other thing I wanted to try was localhost colon. It was 3000 debug. Wasn't it called debug? Oh, I didn't add them anymore. Okay. Now we need to mount the other thing again that we mount. After... Oh. I don't need a health and a welcome to the game server, so we'll just have the one. And I need an r.mount. And it was mount middleware new something. New server. New. No, lightweight idiomatic. Chi. No, not hello world. It's not in examples anymore. Go back. Go to middleware. This is a new setup for their things. I don't know if I like it. Profiler. Yeah, at debug. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we'll just curl the empty one. It says welcome to the game server. There we go. Now let's go try over here again. Oh god. P-prof's up. So what you can do add on top of that is you can set up XP bars, and then you can this is just fun. Then you can see what Go routines are running. You can see, anyway. Cool. Ooh, debug bars. What does debug bars do? It shouldn't do anything yet. Norv, thanks for that follow. How are you doing today? Are you a Go fan? Learning about Go? Yay! We don't have any variables, but we can add them using XP bars. Oh my goodness. I can also loop in XP bars. I can do some custom functions and make that be Prometheus as well. Good. So now what I need to add is I need to essentially, I just need to create an XP bar key value. This is interesting. So they have this on bars, XP bars. So XP bars is just pulling from the XP bar key value, which clearly I have to set up. So I will set up an XP bar key value. Once I've You've already updated your code to use it? Am I just that slow? Or is Chi that easy? Jason, were you the one that chose Goji back at Weave? Because, like, half of the code I've looked through today said it was ported from Goji. So, if you're familiar with Goji, then Chi should be just sweet piece cake. A piece of sweet strawberry shortcake. And pie. Do they have an example? I mean, I can go look at how we do it at work. So usually, how do they? Oh, Chi's that easy? Okay, good. I'm glad Chi's that easy. Command line, memstat, and allocations. Now I just have to figure out how to add those. How come this uses Chi v5 and everywhere else I'm using Chi v4? Oh, yeah, Chi does pattern matching really well. At least the Chi that Mux. Well, we use standard library Mux, and I guess we would never use Chi at Tailscale because of the people employed there. We do take arguments and garbage from the other stuff, but I really like Chi's pattern matching, and it's really easy to use and fantastic. And what do you mean it's not public? xpvar do is public. So that means that somewhere, they're creating these things. No, they're only using it here? Oh, they're former... Oh. Okay, I'm thinking way too hard about this. xpvar has defaults, it says. Right? In addition to doing the HTTP handler, this package also specifies... This package provides a standard interface to public variables such as operation counters in the server. It exposes these variables via the HTTP debug vars in a JSON format, which, yes, is what we're doing. In addition to adding HTTP handler, this package recognizes the following variables. Type key value. Interesting. So this is just the default then. And this is only going to do the default. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I can leave pprof there. And I just need to figure out my own. xpvar stuff. Do we use any in our open source? Probably not. That's it. That's interesting. So if Prometheus can be set up by just adding a prom HTTP handler, we're already doing that. That's fine. So that's a really simple add to the server that we've already got. Then that makes sense why this can be run by just setting up the xpvars. That makes total sense. It's importing xpvar. I just don't know how to add the vars to your thing. That's my simple question. Let's go ahead and we'll keep doing the Prometheus stuff. Since I definitely wanted a Prometheus example, because everybody uses Prometheus. Everybody I talk to uses Prometheus. And maybe I'll Google... Sysdig. Who are any of these people? Oh, well, Datadog integrates with it. Yeah, but did Datadog tell you how they integrate with it? Oh, because it's already listening because of... yeah. Well, this is the stuff it already does. Well, that's... I wanna... We like add custom variables, and that might be stuff we're doing on our own. I'll have to look. I'll have to look. Because I think it's a really slick way of doing things, just using XP bar. Like, if you can do it with just the standard library, I really like it. But anyway, let's go ahead and try doing our prom stuff. So right here, it says how Go extension works. We go get all this garbage. Not garbage, just stuff. Okay, go get. NVim setup, server setup. This is where we set up our stuff. We'll probably put it here, because that's also where we mount that. No, I don't want metrics to be a new middleware profile, or I want metrics to be a prom HTTP handler. Oh, that happens every time. There we go. So there you go. Now you can see those two. And they are very nice. What is DBT and how to use it? That is the medium recommended article for me. My hands feel really close together right now. It makes me want a separate keyboard, but whatever. They can just be really close together and not be spread out. It's fine. So now I have Prometheus. What does it say to do after that? So now I can go run it and I can access metrics. Okay, so let's go see what the default ones are. So we have debug bars, right? We have debug, which is pprof. And now we have metrics, which is essentially the same thing as vars, as debug vars. Why is it going 1.9? That's not the right Go version. Is that what? Who's using Go 119? Look. I updated my Go. Ah! I have more than one Go. There's more than one Go. See? Oh. Why do I have a homebrew Go? There we go. What? Oh, good. Now it's the right version. Okay, so now we need to start adding custom metrics. Okay. Oh, and the other thing, we should monitor the database calls as well. I was gonna monitor the HTTP status codes. We should monitor the database calls as well. I have a draft pull request up if anybody wants to take a look. Other than that, you're pretty okay. Just join on, just come hang out with me on Discord. I mean, how else do you know if things are working other than them existing in Discord? Sorry. We are here on adding your own metrics. I don't know why we need this. Oh, I see. This just increments the operations processed. So we need to create variables, essentially, that are types with names, and then increment them. I mean, everybody else just uses Grafana, so I don't really care. Sorry. This I'll get running later. But essentially, I have these helper functions that I created for the database. Or are they on server? They are on server, that's even better. That means we can add some more. So what we need to do is we need to create some variables. And these variables will be pretty simple. Things like metrics, types, counters, gauges. Gauge is a metric. A monotonically decreasing counter whose value can only increase. A gauge goes up and down. A histogram is a simple observation and counts them in configurable buckets. No. That's all they've got. Counter gauges, histograms, and summary. Really? I thought Prometheus was more complicated than that. Really? That's awesome. I just want counters. Do they have... Look at... I am just happy that they have stinking docked. New XP bar collector. Ooh. This would... An XP bar collector would... Go collector, process collector. Sorry, I just got excited because that means I could use XP bar with it. I have to see how we're doing at work. We have to be using something similar. I just don't know how we're adding them to XP bar as opposed to just straight adding them to Prometheus. And like I said, it doesn't matter that much. Besides the fact that I want it to. Timer. Timer is a helper to time functions. Oh, that's nice. So I could time how long it takes an operation to happen. I'm learning all about Prometheus XP bar collector. Can I just do that? Sorry. This is... I'm calculating. What the heck does XP bar new map do? It doesn't... This little stupid thing right here may give me better documentation on XP bar than the actual Go XP bar docs. We're manually exporting something via XP bar. In the real life use cases, some libraries would already have exported via XP bar. We want to re-export as Prometheus metrics. Yeah, that's what I want. I want them to be exported as XP bar and as Prometheus. Because then I only have to set it once. So... Oh, look! It's exactly what I want. I want, because I'm pointing at the screen as if you can tell what I'm pointing at. I want to count those. The get and post and garbage. Like that's straight up what I want. Oh, gosh. And this XP bar collector... I don't know why they're running it in a Go channel. The last time they were running it in a Go channel, it was just to, like, artificially collect stuff. But that's whatever. I got really excited. We had 8 viewers about 5 seconds ago. I know the API is not super accurate, but I just wish I knew why people don't stay and hang out with me besides the fact I'm not Primogen. Whoa. New XPVAR collector. Use collectors.xpvar collector instead? Oh, well, where is this collectors? HPVAR collectors. Type collectors? Oh, they said this was deprecated. Oh, so this is deprecated. I don't know. What's the difference? What's the difference between collector and the other one? Besides that, you guys can't count. Obviously, Prometheus has some stuff somewhere. Why do you think I'm a robot? Getting started with Prometheus is what I already had open. Go hot exam. Oh, it's the collector. What the heck is this? Oh, look at that. No, 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 go. They have directories inside there, and one of them is collectors. And this one has a new XPVAR collector. That's what I needed. New XPVAR collector right here. With Go collections. Collects metrics from the XPVAR interface. It provides a quick way to expose numeric values that are already exported via XPVAR's Prometheus metrics. Okay, cool. This still... Oh, that's fine. Go back. I still just want the documentation. No. The functions. No. The overview? What do I want? Examples? Yes. I want the one that had the other thing. The collector in it. This one. Not for the actual implementation of them, but for this. So if I were to just make a bunch of variables, right? So say I want a variable to be counter 200 code, and I want this to be exp var int, right? And that doesn't need to go anywhere else. And so then I write that, and now I go over here and I go server API, and just right here, and I go no, it was, what did we call it? Counter 200 code. No, that's not what they do. They do a set. Oh yeah, sets one, but there's like also an add. Yeah. Yeah, just add. Add one. So every time I return this, it would mean that there's one successful request being added. And that's fine. So now we've added one XP bar. We'll add, and then let's add counter 400 code and counter 500 code. That's what we're returning. Oh, come on. So in the get user data, we would go in here, code counter, yeah, and then here as well, and then here as well. No. And then here, see, this should be server API. And then here, anytime we get a 500, hi puppies, how you doing, Lulu? Anywhere we log the error, we add that. You're doing okay, Lulu? You're just making a lot of noise. Oh, hi, Max. You're making noise too? Okay. Okay. Did that? Oh, that means that wasn't written. Okay. So now, run this. And let's just make some nice little calls. I haven't tested any of the game calls. And I don't have game ID headers either. So there's no game to start, so this should actually be game, right, and then it would be join, question mark, does it only do it? I don't know why my finger was doing that. Join username. Oh, it's just escaping it for me. We should probably escape him then. Oh, good. Internal server error, unable to join game. No, that should have been a bad request. Oh no. This is the bad request. Okay. So now if I go over to our metrics, not metrics, but debug. Okay, that didn't add them. Why didn't it? Okay. Clearly, I missed a step in the magic creation of XP bar maps. What step did I miss? Is it the the init? No. Is there like a default map? No, there's not. Do I need to do? Okay, so they all set that. So I need to declare them with publish? Is that what I understand? Okay, that makes sense. Actually, I don't need that, but I do need somewhere before we do debug, I would need to do XP var publish. And why would I need them to be a resolved pointer? Oh, that's literally saying this is a pointer. Yes, they need to be pointers. I was reading it as dereferencing a pointer. I don't know why I was reading it as dereferencing a pointer. Watch, this will quit us out of... I don't know, I thought that was a dereference pointer. There we go! Oh, I made it work! Oh, that's cool. Cool, so now we gotta add these to Prometheus. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. I figured that out and there was no documentation. Good job, chat. JK2K. JK2K, how you doing? You that bored? Or did you come to learn programming with me, JK? Are you subbed to me, JK2K? Cause you should be. You follow me though, right? Wait, where'd the thing go that says use xpvar? Where'd that one go? Oh, no, that was always over here. Okay. Oh, a new DB stats collector. What do we do with all of these Prometheus collectors? What do we do with these Prometheus collectors? We're gonna add this, by the way. I don't know what we do with these Prometheus collectors. Oh, JK2K, thank you for the follow. You didn't answer it if you're bored or you just want to learn how to do Go. It's what I'm really interested in. Does this return a collector? No. Oh, that was what I wanted. Yeah, a Go collector. Show me how to use that. Okay. JK2K. That's a fun name to say too. Right? Okay, I don't think I need that. I just wanted to see how to do this. I think I did something wrong. No, I didn't. I don't know quite what this is. But if there's examples, we'll do it. And then Go collector package. So the Go collector returns collector that works pitch about the Go processing of debug CG stats. Okay, that's fine. That's the new Go collector with Go collector runtime metrics. What was with Go collector runtime metrics? Oh yeah, so we just want the example ones. Yeah, we'll do the example ones. And then the other one is this one. Oh, we want both of these actually. It's DB and name. We already have DB, thank goodness. And the name, but it's not database, it's database dot something. Oh gosh. Func. Return. And this was a pointer to the SQL.db. So we're calling it, and then we have and then yeah, it's trying to predict what to put there. It doesn't know, and I don't know yet either, because it doesn't tell me. If we go over here, XP bar collector. Again, this old one's deprecated. Oh no, it's interesting. But how does it know what ints they are? It doesn't know what they are. There is a thing right here. Go fill struct. I don't use it very much. And go fill struct should work. But obviously we should be using one of these new functions. Like this. Function name, FQ name. No. Something like that. Ambiguous user-defined command. Undefined collectors? Well, at least I have something right. What do I mean I have too many arguments called prom handler? That's not what that said on the example. Oh, it says prom handler 4. That's what I need to call. Does 2 have a get SQL DB? Oh, it doesn't, because I can't spell DB. Go right, okay. Cool. So it's not called new XP bar collector. What is it called then? Collectors. Oh, it's a lowercase v. That's the difference. Ow. And then what does this need? It needs an FQ name, a help string, variable labels, and constant labels. Okay, I don't know what that are. So it says errors are recorded. Okay, so we just need the name and then the help. I could do it like per API call. And to be fair, that's how they did it at Weave. And somebody spent a lot of time building that into the tooling. And I don't know. I don't think... If I'm teaching this to intermediate and senior devs, implementation details shouldn't be the problem. I don't know. It feels... Is my face fuzzy? My face feels fuzzy. Just checking in on work, make sure. Ooh, gross. Somebody wants to use golang. Because we gotta love. You gotta love. I don't know, you gotta love. First of all, you gotta love the fact that my iPad doesn't want to be in dark mode anymore. Also, the fact that people are so dedicated to working on a Friday. I have spent all week working on Terraform. And now my head's exploding. And apparently everybody trying to deploy stuff today, which you should never deploy on a Friday unless you're apparently Tailscale. Is wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat. Should we see if this works? There's a job still running. Who's got a job running? Okay, there wasn't a job running. No! I'm the only viewer left. I'm sorry. Oh, the police just stopped in front of my house. Don't know what they're doing. I can check on my camera. I want to see the live. Not this morning. Oh, they must have stopped behind my house. Oh. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I didn't know if you could hear the police siren on the stream, but I could hear it. Oh. Can you order... I need to do dinner for my mother because she can't order food online. Does Jurassic Taco let you order online, or am I doing DoorDash? Oh, I can order online. Pick up later. Like 6 o'clock. Okay. I don't know if I have WhatsApp on this computer. I don't know if that's why how my family texts each other, but that is. And that's how I will help out my mother. Okay. Did it build? Nice. Okay. end-to-end encryption, because that's what you need in life. Also what you get with Tailscale. Okay. Did we get, oh, we did get a 500, we got a 400. And then this should also be a 500 because it's not in the database. Even though that should be a bad request, huh? So that's good. So now, if I, what was the Prometheus one? Well, I should open it in a new tab anyway. It's metrics. Okay. We don't have enough info. Being provided. Open connections 1. SQL. It's got to be some kind of a regex thing with the XP bars. No, that's the wrong one. The logger works great. We should check that I got the right number, though. If we go back to here, we got 2 200s, 1 400, and 1 500. 2 500s. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 200s, 2 500s, and 1 400. So I'm clearly not returning all the 200s, but I am returning all the errors, which is good. No, so okay. If we look at our progress from our goals, we have logging. I didn't even start user authorization. And we have metric tracking of status codes. Who did that? Who? One tab's supposed to be 2 spaces, not 4. Who's messing with my Vim? So I have it in XPVAR, and then I do not have it in Prometheus. So somebody fixed it, thank you. Because tabs versus spaces, who cares? But I don't like my tabs being that big. Yep. There we go. So we've got XPVAR. We don't have Prometheus. We also have way too many I'm glad it was so easy. So, excuse me. To set up all 97,000 of these. But I don't know if I need all 97,000 of those. The other thing I don't know is how this does the lookups. Oh, that was in the right order. That's interesting that this was at the bottom. What does this must register do? Does this have a duck? C! Where's the letter C? Must register, implements register, and it just doesn't let you error. Okay. Cool. And it just panics, and we love panics. So this right here just gives you an example of like all of them. And it's like literally everything, and it like vomits it onto the floor. So I don't know, and again, this documentation I've been looking at is a little bit out of date. But they've been using this XPVAR map. XPVAR memstat, XPVAR lone int. Oh, they have it backwards. I have it backwards. I need to do it the other way. No wonder it couldn't find it. So this needs to go here. Fiasco! How you doing? Thank you for that follow. I'm glad you could come hang out with us today. Have you done Prometheus? Are you a Prometheus expert coming to rescue me? What do you mean no right since last change? Because I am no Prometheus expert. But I sure am having some fun. Those should both return bad requests, in my opinion, instead of just one of them turning bad requests. So this could be down to 1. And this should be a whole lot cleaner. Oh, look at that. Type untyped. Ooh, we need to add the type. But that works. Okay, so it does go in reverse order that they're added. So that's good to know. Okay, well, come back next week. If earlier works better, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for that follow. Okay, cool. So now, not that readme. So now I do have that in Prometheus. Cool. This add xpvar and db metrics to Prometheus. This started out as a middleware thing and ended up being essentially add Prometheus endpoint. There we go. Now we have this, which doesn't do anything. That stuff. And that stuff. Cool. Now I gotta figure out how on earth we want to deal with J. Walter. I missed the last xpvar swap thing a minute ago. What last xpvar swap thing a minute ago? Like, no, this is, I thought we added it to, oh, that one. This is just the name that it displays. But thank you. So this is the name. I missed a lot of these. And which one of these is a type? None of these are the type. Unconstrained labels? I don't know what these are. If these are types. No, I don't know what that is. All typos are important. Thank you for helping. I don't know how to add types. Here. Somebody will know this. Somebody will know how to add the types from my XP bars. Cool. So now we're having some really good drop in this music. Okay. This is good. This will be a really, really fun thing to throw in. Now I just have to figure out. The auth should definitely be a helper function. Right? Now we need to figure out function. Ooh, yeah, we already are validating the user ID from... Oh, I don't validate the user ID from the header. So auth should be 2 steps. Oh. Oh, that's a good burrito. My family's messaging me what to get for dinner so that I can order online for my mother because she doesn't know how to online order from websites or DoorDash or any online service. Which I guess is fine. I'll order online if she Should we validate the header? Let's call it validate header. And then we'll do that with a return nil. So we want the header to include 2 things. First is the user ID, and that should be in the header as just can't you just do basic I know, okay, I don't know. I know I've done this with JWT tokens. But I think you should just be able to straight up do it, right? Oh gosh. Header add meta data. No, I don't want to create. Yeah, look at that. Thing is people wouldn't know to add this unless I create stuff for them. Other stuff. Oh, I've seen all this stuff added. HTTP authentication. Yeah, I know. So what I'm thinking is I know in the past you can use the context in Go to essentially add key value, and you can inject that context into a request, and then it just becomes metadata on it. Yeah, this is literally what I want. What is basic? Yes, I want basic auth. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Cool. We're gonna do basic auth. Access control. Oh my goodness. The web is so crazy. So crazy. Oh no. Oh my goodness. People, I hate when people start sending me emails. So we're going to be doing basic authentication, which should be pretty simple. I'm sure that Chi offers basic auth right there. I don't know what the F they're doing with this realm garbage. But I can do it myself, because I don't know what the heck. Oh, username and password? What? Well, they're not going to know what the username and password are. How are they going to know what the username and password are? Only my database knows what the username and password are. Basic auth, which is ooh, we don't have any posts, so we don't need that. What else do we need in the header? What else do we need in the header? The thing is, though, this is it's gonna get really. I'm gonna make it to the point where they have to use the client I build to interact with it. That's kind of the fun thing, though, is I do want an example of a client, and I want my client to be all kinds of. I guess. Am I building something that people actually will use now? Well, we want the header to include basic auth. We'll just start with that. So first we check. So is this a thing? Nice. This would be, we're gonna call this basic auth. Right, so they did have this basic auth middleware that was already built into it. But I don't... Why bother with auth if nobody will use it? Because I am building this whole course, this whole repo, essentially to just illustrate points from this course. And one of the points from this course is authentication. And anyway. So if I do not have code examples of how to do authentication, look at that. Look at, then, like, what's the point? If I haven't implemented it, it doesn't have to be good. I'm not saying I have to be an expert at it. I can always point people to experts. But I'm just trying to illustrate that this can be done in Go and that it can be very easily done in Go. We don't have a 401. So that's essentially why. How do you base 64 decode? Oh, thank goodness. What would I do without you? I don't need this. Doesn't this return more than... Oh, username, password. Yeah, so this will return too. So, and then we'll need to do... We don't have that, but what we do need to check is that both of them exist in the database. So we should just be able to, right, like, ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I just looked that up. Ads. Okay. Basic authentication is detailed in RFC 7617, which transmits credentials as user ID pairs encoded using base64. As the user ID and password are passed over the network as clear text, it's base64 encoded, but base64 is a reversible encoding 100%. Basic authentication scheme is not secure. Well, yeah, because it doesn't matter. HTTP TLS should be used with basic authentication. Yes. Without the security enhancement, basic authentication should not be used to protect sensitive or valuable data. Well, I'm not using... This is garbage, yeah. It doesn't say it needs to be... what did you say? URL safe base64 because it's passed as the header, not as an argument. So we should be just fine to use regular base64 according to my authentication docs. So many ads. Don't get mad at my ads. I have ads every 30 minutes until I reach my sub goal of 10 subs. It's pretty simple. As long as I maintain my sub goal of 10 subs, I'll cut the ads to less frequent. The big bonus of using ads is it cuts pre-roll ads. So if you have ads during your stream, you don't have to have pre-roll ads. And that means that people don't get bored before you even start. But yes, there are quite a few ads. Base64 is not is a thing. It's right here. Oh, I see. It's not a thing. Now it is. Cannot use... Oh, it wants a string? Oh, I didn't know it wanted a string. I thought it wanted a slice of bytes. But you can use a string. String split. No, I don't need base64 URL encoding. It only needs to be basic. URL. It just needs to be basic base64. It says, because it's not passed as part of that. Yeah, it just says encoded using base64. And it's clear text, so it's fine. So it should be fine. I mean, if it breaks, I don't see any indication to use the other one. It's probably not a bad idea to use URL encoding. But... Am I using a username or a password? I am using... Oh! Well, that's because I copied it. Sorry. Standard encoding is all I need. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. I'm sure somebody would have caught it eventually. Because I definitely don't need to use it. Not a requirement. Okay. So I don't have any requirement that passwords are unique, but I do have a requirement that username is unique. I also don't have a password column. Oh. That would be an interesting bug to find. So now the question is, how are we going to deal with passwords? Because I don't remember if we have, if join game does require you to create a user first. Cool. So I only need one here. So then let's just make it be a parameter on that. I don't know if this is good design or bad design, but it's definitely a design. And I definitely, on get user data, I'm glad that we're not returning the password. We got another follow from curllog. Do you actually, how do you log a curl? Is that just verbose? It has to be just doing verbose, right? Or do you like use a log as a curling iron? Or like my sister used to do it with her like porcelain doll. She would use a pencil to do like ringlet curls on the doll. So that could be another way of doing curls with logs. Is that too much? Okay, Jay Walter says, I had to learn way too much about base 64 and binary representation of characters to make a minimal reproducible example. I'm sorry. You're right, query is declared and not used because I'm not done yet. On update user, I need to add a password. I need to give you an example. That would have been just the weirdest bug. I probably would have given up on that bug. Which tells you a lot more about me. And my work ethic. Like, I work really hard on new things, but just like when things get tedious, it gets so hard, and I don't know, I just lose motivation really quick. Because it's really easy with bugs to just feel like a failure. Password is not a required parameter. Forgetting stuff is your superpower. Forgetting stuff is, I mean, sometimes I wish I forgot more than I do. So, there's too much stuff to remember. Clearly you were cramming your brain with so much stuff about base 64 encoding, you just had to forget something else, or you've been spending too much time on OAuth since then. But yeah, okay. I do work at Tailscale. Yeah, I do the datas at Tailscale. I got intimidated very quickly by the caliber of developers there, so I just kind of retreated into my data hole, and now I work with a lot of business operations. No, we're just gonna generate a password. I should be able to just set whatever I want to the header, right? Oh, I will need to return some stuff. Tailscale is hiring. Oh, that's how you saw the message. Yeah, I joined Tailscale. By using Tailscale, I don't have to do any internal... We don't really have a whole ton of public APIs that we have to maintain. We're not doing a whole lot of... Yeah. So this whole thing that I'm building out now has limited Tailscale application. The XP bar stuff we did earlier definitely was very applicable to what I have done at Tailscale, but you know, whatever. Matthews, how are you doing today? Thanks for following and thanks for coming to the channel. How did you hear about us? I'm really curious. Are people finding out about me from Twitter or just from plain old Twitch search? We need to... No, we're gonna generate a password right here in helpers. There are internal APIs, yes. There are APIs, just not like public ones. Like we have a website that has a public API on it, I guess. The only APIs we really use are like, so if you've created a tailnet and you're in the admin panel, that would be the closest thing we have to like a public API where you're connecting to, where you can make changes to your tailnet through the admin panel, but you can also do those through the CLI, or I guess with a curl. But all of that authentication is essentially done with you being logged into Tailscale. So that's, yeah, that's again kind of like handshake TLS stuff over, you know, that's definitely a different. It's not really authentication. It's a little bit. Plenty of APIs, but we just use Tailscale as our validation step, right? Everything is on Tailscale. If you're not on Tailscale, don't want to. Yeah. There are also our APIs that authenticate the user onto their tailnet and all that kind of fun stuff. Machines on the tailnet, again, those require Tailscale for authentication, which is, again, not... We don't even do username and passwords. We only do SSO, so... there you go. No, I want a... That's literally what I wanted. I think I already seeded the randomizer here. I did. Oh, look at that. We should take this out. Oh, perfect! Raspberry. I'm doing Tailscale on a Raspberry Pi next week. I have it I have the Pi. I just don't have the power cable. And that'll be my first I have personal Tailscale, but my first non-Apple for Tailscale. This is... I do not want this on. So that'll be fun. I have done non-Apple for work, but I don't feel... When you work at Tailscale, I feel like saying you use Tailscale for work is cheating. It's a little bit of like, yeah, I use Tailscale, like... It's a little bit ridiculous. Like, just a little bit. We're not going to return that. We are going to log the error and we'll return. Yeah, and we'll log it a level up. Okay, so where was the whole thing I was coming was to find the random seed. Yeah, we don't need to reseed everything. I mean, that's Tailscale's whole business model, is get people to use it at home and then have those people bring it to work. Like, it's really convenient. Like, it's so much easier and so much faster than any VPN I've used, but I'm not a security person. I am just deeply blessed to be able to use Tailscale at work. So, like, I don't want to, like, it's none of my business to, yeah. Lulu Max. Oh, look at that. Haha. This is literally what I want. Lulu! What's wrong? Plus equals. I was gonna use an append, but plus equals works better. I don't want it to be letter runes. I want it to be like, just like symbols. Cause like, this is fine. But then we also need like, some of these, right? You work for the Swedish police, so that would be a tough sale? Yes. Wait, I mean, Jay Walter, it must be really late. I was at the, RSA conference in San Francisco a couple weeks ago, and every third person was asking us about FedRAMP, which is apparently one of the U.S. Federal security compliance measurements. We don't have that yet because it doesn't make sense, and so I totally get it. Yeah, like some government organizations care a whole lot about compliance and some don't. The Swedish police probably be one of them. So it's definitely not going to happen anytime soon. But once Tailscale decides to start, I mean, some of our biggest customers are not in the United States, so that's fine. But we're definitely targeting customers in the United States first, so that's why we're doing like FedRAMP and other stuff for certain U.S. compliant judgment. Ironically, security is not a top priority. Sounds like most government jobs, at least in the U.S. Like, unless you're military or, like, you're working on state security, don't care. So, I totally get it. Working for the Swedish police would be fun. At least here, like, I don't know. That's one of those jobs that you could throw around Swedish police and then people would be like, oh, that's cool. Okay, what do I need? Up here, I broke something. Usually, this is when I rely on the handy dandy. Right there. Handy dandy rainbow parentheses. There we go. Lulu! Hello, biggest girl. Did you come to see Mama?
Yeah, I say, I'm the big girl dog, and I'll come and see my mama, get the scratches.
Mama, come underneath your desk, even though I'm too big to do that. She literally is as tall as my desk. Video and image analysis? Oh my goodness. That's literally... So, we got a lot of like CSI crime drama stuff here. And you're literally the image enhance person that presses the button that makes a pixelated image turn beautiful. And then everyone in the US like, you can't do it. I'm like, you can do anything with AI, so. That's awesome. Your job. Lulu, you gonna go to sleep? Okay, my big dog's laying under my desk. She didn't do that. She must be so ready for me to be done working. Okay. Now, the question is, did I break any of my tests? Because I definitely added more criteria to my tests. Oh, I did break... I didn't... Well, because I'm not requiring a password anywhere. I don't think I broke any of my tests. Let me just put... basic auth. I already have that logged. I used to be really into machine learning, so like that would be a super fun job. But what happened was we have a pre-roll ad. I mean an ad that disables pre-roll running in a minute and a half. I never got to use any, and I started doing data stuff, and I kind of fell in love with architecture problems, and data definitely has a lot of architecture problems to be solved. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay. Let's do our tests. Queries declared and not used. Oh, I never finished that query, did I? Okay. Select username password, query rows, if error equals nil. If... Now, some people may not like the fact... Oh, I can't do that. Oh yeah, if password does not equal pass. Yeah, you can do that. I like to have it down at this level. By checking that it exists and that the password matches. Yeah, I don't mind having it at this level, but the one problem with having stuff at this level, having a password check at this level, which means the database level, makes using SQL-C pointless. Like, yeah. Like, the password checks would have to be a level up if I wanted to use SQL-C. I like them at this level. Because, I don't know, I just do. Cool. So now I should be able to do test. Nope. Generate password. Oh, it's called gen password. Gen password. There we go. Too many arguments to call database upsert username? No, it's not. Isn't that literally what I just said wasn't? Yeah. Oh. I did break all my tests. Oh goodness, I just broke my interface. There we go. And now I have to go update all my tests. This reads so much cleaner. There you go. It just reads so much cleaner. No, ooh, you're right. That's because I need this to now return. Oh, that was the other thing I needed this to do. So when we do an upsert, we need to have a returns. Can you do an upsert with the returns? Yes, because I do that somewhere else with the result. We do that with the game ID. So here, again, now I gotta go break this. So now, my user ID is just an integer, but the only way they're gonna be able to ever pass it as a header is if I return it as a header. I, for a brief minute, regret using not using an ID with good refactoring support. I mean, or I could just be smart. Like, a lot of this is just me forgetting what I wanted to do and leaving things half done. I don't think I ever regret not using an IDE. But that could just be because every once in a while the my mother's stubbornness comes out. Last insert ID is what I want. There we go. Primogen did a poll on his stream last week. And not enough return values, you're right. Most people are using VS Code but just using other bindings on it. And the more people that use VS Code, the more plugins it gets, and the more public plugins it gets, the more bloated it gets, and the more it becomes an IDE. That's wrong. I don't blame people when they choose to use Golang. I don't feel like I need to blame people. I think there's a lot of sense to just Speed comes from using what you're comfortable with. What? Yeah, it does implement upsert username. What did I do with upsert username? Oh, I did this wrong too. So whatever you choose, definitely just make sure you're super comfortable with it so that you don't ever like slow down. The one problem definitely with Vim is the fact that you do have to maintain it. Like, you don't have to maintain a full-fledged IDE, somebody else does that for you. But then JetBrains gets hacked, and I just laugh. Okay. 42, you're right. Not enough arguments for 50, that's correct. And then on helpers. Also, I have to just... it is definitely a memory hog. That is the one downside. But if you're comfortable with IntelliJ products, or with IntelliJ or JetBrains products, then Golang's definitely the way to go. Like 100%. Most people end up switching from the bloated Golang to VS Code with the Go plugin because they're very compatible, and one's much lighter. ID 10T Coder. The best IDE is the one you know. That's what I'm saying. So if you know JetBrains, that's what you should use. I love Vim, and so that's what I use Vim, and the Vim Go plugin is very nice. I just forget to use it sometimes. I just get so focused on writing things that I forget to check. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. User ID is not undefined, it's just defined incorrectly. It's right here. It is undefined. It's not undefined anymore. Okay. Cannot use user ID. I can't. You're right. It's called parse int64. And then you provide that number. No, that's the wrong one. Parse int64 goes from a string to an int64. What does this? I2A should do it. strconv is a thing. Oh, it's not strvconv, it's strconv. Cannot use variable type as int. I didn't really care. Format int will work. Still base 10. What? Did I go the wrong way? I think it was supposed to be this one and then base 10. There we go. Thank you, Jay Walter, for hanging out. You have a good evening and a good weekend. Thanks for helping with my typos as well. I always appreciate help with typos because I make them a lot. Undefined letters, runes in 88. I only changed one of them. Undefined username and password. On line 895. Not worried about that running out. Do I not have a gen? Oh, that means that here I need to add the s.n. From header, so this would be r dot. And then we s.gen username. Do I return? I do return a username. What happens if they don't get their password though? Dang it. Yes. This is the one that I don't have. No. Okay, so if username then we continue. Yeah. back to the create game.
Don't change a thing. The toughest choice behind you now. You can do anything. One voice but you can sing. Don't change a thing. Embrace your fears and find their meaning. Time ends the suffering. A forgotten path, a newfound dream.
We don't have a get username from user ID. This is really gross. Oh gosh. And it's actually a string, yeah. I don't need to start capitalizing username. Get username is now defined. A mismatch on get username. This happens enough that it might be worth creating a helper function for a 500 error. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Basically, if they don't have a user created and they try to join, they're not gonna get the ID back. It's gonna be a fun error. Okay. Basically, I shouldn't allow them to start the game without a user ID. This would be, yeah. And it returns. And then, otherwise, you get the username from the user ID. Which is also interesting because they shouldn't be able to pass it without authenticating first. Because, right, I have this basic auth that I'm not using. Cool. And this validate header, I have that I'm not using it anywhere. And you can't, which is why it's dumb. All this user ID stuff is dumb. Because if they're using an auth header, yeah. So this right here, this validate header. Oh. Oh gosh. I wrote the function for it and then I forgot where it was. If we had this, I'm just return username. If I have this return the username, then essentially all of this is garbage. Right here. Yeah, there's no need for that. The user ID does not need to ever be returned. Okay. So the only function right now, we're gonna add some more helpers because this is disgusting. does not require auth. No. And the only one that does not require auth is this one. And so this one will need that. I'm going to create a helper where you pass the error and it just handles 500 error. I don't think we need a state. Actually, yeah, handle 500 error. Yeah. And so now, everywhere that has this, oh, yeah. This is $500 error. Oh, and that wants a string. Should I make this a string with a new error? Yeah. That's fine. Oh no. That's what I want, and I want error. Okay. That should be good. So now I have, oh, that's user. Handle 500 error. Oh, I need to order my dinner. Okay, I'm gonna finish up after I do all these. So who do we want to raid? Let's throw a... While I'm finishing this up, let's see who we can raid. Okay. Okay, let's do a quick poll. I mean, most people are just playing Zelda. So... Okay. Go ahead and add to that. Go ahead and put who you want to raid in that poll. And I will finish this up. This is what I wanted to do all week. Just write code and make a mess of it and have it be broken and then rewrite the code and then make a mess of it and have it be broken and then rewrite it again. Because then you feel like you actually make progress because you're editing things and then they break, but you can fix them. Instead, I've been doing Terraform, which I don't understand. And I've been trying to get my AWS configs working, and they haven't been. Come to find out, we have a nice little helper script nobody bothered to tell me about, even though I've literally been posting all week in Eng that it didn't work for me, and I couldn't get the creds working, and then I needed help. Because we have no documentation, and so that's why I have volunteered next week to pair on writing documentation, so nobody else has to suffer as I have suffered. Because I have suffered through Terraform. And this right here, this is not suffering, this is joy. People just drop off instead of going to a raid. That's sad. You're right, it is undefined. Handle error is also not defined. So, my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need to remove game. Do the tests break? I really don't care if they break. I expect them to break. I just need to get going. What? Oh, that's a -M as well. Hey, baby, what do you need, Lulu? Oh, you saying the barking? You the barking girl? Yeah, the barking girl. Okay. And last thing, I should have that PR up somewhere. Yeah, the barking girl. Oh, there it is. I thought I already created a draft PR with this. Did I not? What's up, baby girl? Yeah, you barking? Okay, I'm gonna throw this on Discord. If anyone wants to take a look at it, feel free. Other than that, it looks like we got just about 30 seconds left to vote in the raid. Oh look, that Discord popped up just in time. Lulu. You want to come say hi to Twitch in our last minute? Say hi to big dog. And I'm the good girl. And I come say hi. Come on, up, up. Come up. Come on. Come here. Come get the mama. Up. Yeah, up. Yeah. Come get the mama. Up. Say hi, I'm Lulu. Hi, I'm Lulu. I give mama kisses. Yeah, my mama works so hard to give me foods and treats, and then we go on walks. And tonight is go to grandma house night, so I want to go to grandma house. Cause that's what we do tonight, and we go back at all my friends, cause I got friends at grandma house. Yeah. Got to give my friends at grandma house some loves. Yeah. Well, thank you for a fantastic stream. That's the wrong one. Thank you for a fantastic stream. Come back next week. We'll continue working on this auth. We will be working on adding stuff to our Raspberry Pi. We'll be working on doing Tailscale and Kubernetes. I'm going to be doing a ton of stuff next week. So, see you then.